There's a story told of a king who fell very ill one day. His astrologer told him, "Oh dear Lord, you have but one remedy that can save you." The king, as a result, asked him, "Oh dear astrologer, what's the remedy to my solution, to my problem?" The astrologer told him that you have to wear the shirt of the most contented man in the entire kingdom. The king sent his messengers throughout his kingdom to find that one contented man who was a solution to the problem. Weeks passed, months passed. One day, the messengers came back. The king asked, "O mighty messengers, couldn't you find even a single person in my entire kingdom that was content with himself?" The messengers said, "Oh dear Lord, there is but one man who is actually a solution to your problem." The king was surprised. He asked him, "Why didn't you bring his shirt?" The messenger smiled. He said, "Sir, oh my dear Lord, he had no shirt." My dear fellow members and friends, good afternoon to all of you. Today, I stand before you to present views on the topic contentment. Let me start by illustrating what contentment is. Contentment is the belief of satisfaction that you have once you possess the things that you wanted in life. We've seen the likes of Tiger Woods and the course who have fallen down the valley of unsatisfaction, discontentment, and unhappiness. Wasn't he successful? I should ask. I bet he was. So what went wrong? Why was he discontent with himself? Why? I see that his problem was that his desires and dreams might have been too much for him. As we all know, for any person, the desires are endless. There is no stage whatsoever where we can put a finger and say that this man is content or I am content in a certain situation. No. Sometimes, not necessarily always, but sometimes, discontentment serves as a blessing in disguise towards us. Suppose you are overweight or you are shy for that matter. Suppose those things are becoming a hindrance towards your growth. Those things are actually barricading you from success. What is the solution? You can't be content with yourself. No. You have to find a remedy to the problem. You need to address the problem. Likewise, there are 3 steps to reach the top stage of contentment. Obviously, you can't jump from the ground level to the topmost floor in one go. You have to escalate in steps. The first step that we can say towards contentment will be accepting yourself. You accept yourself, you address your mistakes, you work on your strengths, you might be able to flourish. You will find that inner contentment within you. Second of all, what is important? You should throw yourself out of the comfort zone that you are living in. Once that is done, you know that there are so many things that you can learn in this world that we are yet deprived of. The third stage, I can say, is being happy with what one has. If that person is very happy with what that person has, obviously he is going to go miles. No doubts about that. A bishop was once asked about his secret of contentment. You know what he was asked? He was asked that, "Sir, you're so content with yourself, you're so successful. How do you manage it? How are you so contained? The bishop said that I made good use of my eyes. Well and good. The person who was asking the question asked him how to use eyes to be contained. The bishop said, look my friend, first of all, whenever I have a problem, I look towards the sky. I see heavens over there. I know I have to go over there. The second time, I look at the earth and know how small a space would have occupied once I die. Thirdly, I think of all those people who are so distressed, they're so grieved right now, that my problem in front of them seems very meager, seems very small. So, in a nutshell, I think we should be content, but not materialistic. This discontentment should be actually turned into something more positive, and we should be able to strike a balance between self-improvement, and we should be able to strike a balance between contentment. Thank you.
Fellow members and distinguished guests, if any. It's wonderful to hear Ashdeep. And the objective of his speech was how one can be contented, how one can attain contentment. He was well focused. His objective was that we should be satisfied with our lives. Be what? We should be happy. He told the example of the king who wanted to search for a person who was the most contented man to wear his shirt. But the most contented man was without a shirt. So, do we require clothes? Do we require money? Do we require something else to be contented? No. What we require is happiness. What is in ourselves? So he went through to explain his objective. And he was quite confident in telling so, that we can be contented, we can be happy with other things. But then every good speech requires some improvement. There's always room for improvement. Like he was just moving in this space, no doubt, using it very good, but then not moving to the other side. You get enough of space, why not use it? Most of the times the hands were quite close and they were with one another. They should have opened more. The voice was small. I could hear everything what he said. But then I just missed on a few words sometimes. Maybe because of the pronunciation that can be said well by the grammar, and I can't comment on it. But then the voice was good. The eye contact was good. He was looking at all the audience, and because the audience has to be involved. They should not feel sleepy or they should not be alienated. He spoke about things which were really attractive and which were very near to every person sitting in the hall, because we all want to be contented. But then I have my idea is, if the person is more formally dressed with a shirt or a tie, he puts more impact on the audience. So it's better that when he comes next time, so take care of it. Otherwise, he was gentle looking, like a gentleman, well dressed. Few things which I liked the most were his preparedness, his idea. The idea was contentment, but then the stories added into it. The examples of Tiger Woods, the examples of person who was successful and were going down, because, but probably a more strong ending would have made more impact on me. Like the contented person is the happiest person in this earth, or seeth God, he is the most contented man, and he has sent us to be contented and full of contentment. Over to you.
Yeah, Paul, this was your first speech, right? Yeah. When I was giving my first speech, and I had this problem of, so there was no harm in your speech. That is the commendable thing. That is a good thing. And also you are very calm and confident in your first speech. So that is also a plus point. Like whenever a new person comes, he's like, I don't think so. You are really, your body was really calm, you were confident. The thing that I guess you need to work upon right now is that you move a lot. Like I was also moving a lot in my first week. So you move like this. Don't do that. I was also doing the same in my first week, second week. So this is Mr. Paramjeet from our club. He told me not to do that. Then he got there. So avoid doing that. Move a little. So that's okay. A little bit. Your grammar is good, your English is good. I didn't heard any grammatical mistakes from you. That was the best part. And one thing, just control on that you use. That part. Like you, whenever you say S comes in the last, you try to hold it. Like show, like that. So try to control that part of your speech. Other than that, I go back. Sometimes you look down more. Like while speaking, you're like, okay, so something. Avoid that thing. Otherwise, every other thing is good. Your hand movements are great. Your confidence is good. Everything is good. Just try to look into the eyes of everyone. I'm sitting in the front. You should be looking at me. And Sumit sir is sitting in the last. You should be looking in his eyes too. So try catching that point. Other than that, I don't find any mistake in your speech. Everything goes good. Everything goes good. I guess from the next time it will be better.
Thank you. 1 minute for the judges. Abrams, evaluate the speech of Paul. Yeah. Use the space time to 3 minutes. Give your best.
Very good evening to all. And as an evaluator of speech of Mr. Paul, first positive aspects of your speech are that your topic was contentment, which is related to all of the Toastmasters, and your voice was loud, and it seems that topic was well researched, and topic was also well managed, and you were also confident while you were delivering your speech. And while you were using your gestures, they were in accordance with the content of your delivering the speech. They were resembling the content of the speech. But there are some areas where there is a need of improvement, and these are that you were always moving. While you were delivering your speech, there was not a single time when you were standstill. So, and also you were looking downwards while delivering the speech, and though your voice was loud, but the words were not that much clear, and although the speech was very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Anika.
Good afternoon, everyone. In particular, Paul. I'm so sorry. Okay. So, just to begin, could you please come here? Oh no, you can take a seat. I just wanted you to come first. Okay. So I'll begin with your points so that they go part of this one. So to start with, I think the best thing you did was to use your accent. I think you were a great storyteller. The way you narrated the entire plot, I think we could connect to it very easily. Your voice modulation, perfect. The way you spoke when you were narrating the story about the king. So your voice modulation is perfect. So your eye contact is good. content was good. But the only thing that I feel that you need to work on the most is your movements. Because I think they were too fast. Like it was more of a walk rather than a body gesture. There's a difference between a walk and a body gesture. So yours was mostly a walk. And while you're walking, what happens is you tend to look down. So that was happening to you for a lot many times. And another point is that it goes hands. Like I said, that your voice is perfect, that your voice was perfect, your hand movements were not supporting your voice. Because when you were a king, your voice was loud, you were acting like a king, but your hands were like this. So that does not go with the body language of the king. If you're a king, then you have to be like this, not like this. Okay? So that is something that I think that we need to work on. And other than that, I think your attire, so you have to be professionally dressed, because that is the first impact. The way you look, it gives a first impression. So if you would have been more formally dressed, your speech would have that professional touch. Because today it was more, though you were very good, but the overall impact was more casual. But I think had you been formally suited, your entire speech, you would have looked like a professional speaker. So it is very important. Another point, the last point that I would want to make is there was a lot of S sound. So even I am a bit confused, whether it's to your asset or not. Because initially I thought, okay, he's doing a good thing. For example, I do that S is a prolonged S in his head. But then I noticed that we do it quite often with mostly all the words that end with S, whether it's I or whether it's balls. So that ending, that if like for one or two times it's fine, but it was being repeated a lot many times. So I think that is something you need to watch out for. Else I think you have all the ingredients to be a good speaker. All you need is a little bit of finishing and polishing.
Be yourself and give best.
Hi, I am Kamaljeet. Just to evaluate the speech of Paul, I think Paul you spoke well. Firstly I loved your confidence. Confidence level was very good. You spoke well. Your topic was very nice. Contentment, which is very relevant in today's time. Everybody wants contentment. We have everything except for contentment. That is the main problem in today's world. You spoke well. Your voice was good, clear. But you can improve on your clarity of voice. I think the main problem with your speech was your body movement. Your movement. You were moving very easily. That is why you were not able to communicate with the audience. Like you were not, watching you were not communicating with the audience. Because of your movement, you were moving very fluently like this, and then backward, forward, with every word you were moving. So you have to just, be stable, calm, composed. Otherwise, you spoke well, very good. Definitely, you prepared for your speech. You spoke twice, and I think it was ditto. So you were prepared well for the speech. And if you ask me if I have to give you marks, I will give you 6 out of 10.
Good luck. Just give your best.
Hello everybody. The speech delivered by Paul was really good, and the title was really very substantial and interesting. The first thing I want to say about this speech was when he started his speech, I was very attentively listening what is the title of that speech, which he declared after 15 minutes later. He was quite confident, relaxed, not nervous. Title was good. He covered a limited area, not all the areas specified for this. His voice was good, but I found flat. Pitch and tone was same all through the speech. Because for a good speaker, there should be expression and emotions in his speech. Because each word which a speaker said have a different emotions, and that emotion is transmitted and goes to the heart of audience. That is the basic quality which I found lacking. He can make his lecture more interesting by adding some humor or wittiness. Because making the audience laugh is a way to their heart. So I found something missing in his speech. And he maintained eye contact throughout the speech, but this was limited up to, I think, first, second row. I found missing, it should be covered up to last row or to each member. Otherwise, his speech was so good, he did not stop even a minute, and he kept continuing all the time. And the most important thing is to come here and give a speech for 5-7 minutes is the most important, and anybody cannot bear that. And my good luck and my congratulations for delivering such a good speech.
Afternoon, Toastmasters and the guests. Well, he won the half battle when he started with an anecdote. I think each and everyone started listening to him. He caught the attention of each and every person sitting here when he started with a short story and anecdote. Further moving towards the voice, I think he had all the 3 P's required to be an eloquent speaker. The first one is power. He had enough power, and the voice reached even the corners of this particular room. The pitch was fine, and the pronunciation, I could hear each and every word clearly. So all the 3 P's, I give you 10 out of 10 points for that. Moving towards the body language, I think most of the gestures were good. But if you would have used open gestures, it would have been more affable to the listeners. And I think it is better to use more open gestures. And towards the walk, I think it was a bit casual. I think, you should have stopped in the middle so that you could have eye contact with 1 or 2 people. I think regarding eye contact, you had eye contact, but it was limited to a certain region. It was in this particular direction or in this particular direction. I never had an eye contact with you. So it could have been varied. It would have been better. It could have been for 2 seconds towards him, then towards him, towards him, towards her, towards him. So that you would have covered each and every region. Otherwise, the best thing which I liked about the speech was the way it was organized. Proper opening, the body was absolutely fine. There was a conclusion. I think you are an eloquent speaker, and even I could not organize the way you organize the speech. Thank you.
Thank you for 1 minute for the judges. Before you guys have done some mistakes today, but if you look at positive, you'll gain confidence, you'll gain a lot of learning. You came here, listened to the proficient speakers, and you will definitely try to use those skills in your next speeches. So I want you to pronounce the names.